Father, bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Would you like me to hear your confession?
Yes, Father.
Please.
It's been 20 years since my last confession, and I really need to confess this, but I want you to know why I've sinned.
That isn't necessary. The circumstances don't mitigate the sin. But if you find that will help you, please, go ahead.
Father, it all started when I was about 11. I went to St. Mary's School for Girls. I had taken another girl's bracelet when Sister Agatha found out. She screamed at me and hit me with a switch. Then she sent me straight to see the priest. I didn't want to keep it. It wasn't a big deal. I just wanted to wear it, but nobody would believe me. I was afraid if my father found out that he would beat me. I was afraid of the priest, too. But when I went to see him, he seemed to understand. He wanted to give me a hug. It felt good to be hugged. But while he was hugging me, he started to touch me in places he shouldn't. I tried to pull away, but he said that this way, my little crime would be our secret. He said he represented God, that this was God's will, and that this was the only way to make God happy. I was 11. What was I supposed to believe? It tore me apart, but I let him do it. And it didn't stop there. Every time something was missing for the next 5 years, it was me who was screamed at, it was me who was blamed, it was me who was beaten, and it was me who was sent to you to make God happy.
Sent to me?
Yes.
Me? Are you Anna Maria?
I am Anna Maria. I'm the girl you used to make God happy.
I will not sit for this slander.
You will sit for this. You said you represented God then, and you represent God now. You will hear my confession to you, or I will hear yours to the police.
How'd you find me?
Sister Agatha. She was a bit nervous when I went to see her, but she gave me a clue. And you can find anybody these days with a name and a clue.
What do you want?
I want you to hear my confession.
Okay, if you will.
After God decided he wasn't happy enough with straight sex, I decided that you and God and Agatha could all go to hell. I couldn't go home with the story. If my father didn't believe me, and who would believe a story that sick from a 15-year-old girl? Well, he'd have beaten me far worse than you or Agatha ever did.
I'm sorry.
Like hell, you're sorry. I couldn't see anything but that fucking stupid grin of yours.
Please keep your voice down.
My voice is down. And no, I'd had it with all of you. So I left with nothing. No money, no food, just the school uniform on my back.
Where'd you go?
It turns out that wasn't such a problem. Seems a lot of guys want to help out a girl in a Catholic school uniform. The first guy wanted me to blow him, so I ran away. But then I found out, and I realized I could make money off of them doing the same things I did to you.
Oh, my child.
Yeah. It does kind of go against the Catholic upbringing, doesn't it, Father? Well, let me tell you, it was like a knife through my soul every time I did those things to one of those bastards. But I was good at it, and you did such a great fucking job of teaching me, Father. So one guy I met, he started giving me meth. I'd do some of that shit, and then I could fuck anybody any way they wanted me to. You wouldn't believe some of the freaky shit that goes on out there. Yeah, your little soccer moms don't know the half of it. You wouldn't believe what men and chicks wanted me to do to them.
Women?
Yeah, women. They couldn't get enough abuse at home, so they'd come and buy it from me. I'd spank their asses, do whatever they wanted me to. And then when I get done, he'd be waiting there. And he'd want the money and me too. And if I looked at him wrong, he'd slap the shit out of me and slam my face into the wall.
You could have left.
Hell no. Where could I go? He'd just follow me and beat the crap out of me. He made me sell meth on the street. Then he'd keep all the money. One time I tried to leave, but he caught me at the bus station. "Oh, where you going, ho?" I tried to tell him, and he hit me so hard that it knocked a tooth loose, and I couldn't leave my room for 2 days. It hurt so bad, and he wouldn't help me. He just wanted me off my ass and on my knees making money.
I still don't understand why you couldn't just leave.
Because I didn't know how to make a living doing anything else. And I was damn good at it, Father, because you did such a fucking great job of teaching me how to make God happy.
You cannot profane God that way.
Yes, I can, because you taught me how. You profaned God every time you touched me, you son of a bitch. Besides, he said he would hurt me and my kid if I left.
Your kid? There was a child in all of this?
Yes, you son of a bitch. Your child. Your son.
My son?
Yes, your son. I didn't even know I was pregnant till I'd been gone a couple months. Then I went to a free clinic where they told me I thought about aborting the little bastard.
You didn't?
Yeah, but some of that Catholic bullshit just hangs on. He just kept me high, so I'd keep working and making money.
What about the child?
After I had the baby, I went back to the clinic. There was a nurse there that wanted to help me get away. But he said if I even thought about it, he'd kill me and the kid both. God, I hated that little kid. Looked just like you. It wouldn't stop crying. When it would start to cry, I'd slap it the same way he slapped me. Hell, I could hardly feed myself, and here was this little slug laying there with his mouth open. God. Then I found out I could make money off of him by taking pictures of him with other guys and selling them to the rich pervs uptown.
My child?
Yeah, and it gets better. One night when the kid was about 10, I caught him looking at some porn crap. I was so mad. I was so pissed off. I took him down in the basement. I told him if he wanted to know what a real woman was like, that I'd show him what a real woman was like. The kind of woman you taught me to be.
This is not my fault. You cannot make this my fault.
Oh, but it is. And everything we did after that, too. I never let him out of the basement after that. I'd let boys and girls and men and women come, and they could do whatever they wanted to him. And we'd take pictures and make movies. And I never let him forget what a real woman was like. The kind of woman you made me into, Father. My friends and me, we taught him well. I think he was almost beginning to like it.
God, help me.
God can't help you now. Or him either.
What do you mean?
One of the pervs got busted selling a movie. He turned on us and he told the cops everything. Somebody said that they were going to be coming, so I took him. I tied him up. Yeah, he thought he was in for one hell of a time.
Please stop this.
I tied him up, and I did him better than I ever did you. And when he was laying there with that stupid fucking grin on his face, the same one you always had, I took a knife, and I cut his throat.
My own flesh
like
and blood.
Like it was your throat, so he'd never be talking to anybody again, any more than I ever talked about you.
Oh, my God, my own flesh and blood.
Don't you die on me, old man. You owe me contrition. Say it!
My God, I'm heartily sorry for having offended thee.
Say it.
I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell.
Say it. Say, but most of all, because they offend thee, my God.
But most of all, because they offend thee, my God.
Who art all good and deserving of my love.
Who art all good and deserving of my love.
And I firmly resolve to confess my sins with the help of thy grace, to do penance and amend my life. Amen. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. My sin is that today I have lied to you.